I think we're on. I think we're on now. But for some reason, the previous link cannot be used. So what happened was I had to create a brand new link. So everyone who's waiting on the other link, is not aware that there's a new link,
No,
right?
here it says chat disconnected suddenly.
No, the chat okay. People are in now.
Yep.
People are in now. Yep. Okay.
Sham is checking some.
Hello, everyone. Wolf Hunter, Sean Chong, Queen Anne, Safwan. Sorry about the link just now. For some reason, I just cannot seem to connect to the previous link, and that has never happened to me before.
It's okay. I'm sure there are other things that don't happen to us.
It, it,
Until we reach a certain age,
it-
right?
so,
All right, well, cheers to everybody. Hey, bro, can I just check your Ninja screen? Do you have a preview so we can monitor what is actually coming out on the stream?
oh yeah. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Mm.
All right, so once again, just like the previous night, right, where we were doing Paranormal Recon for the first time.
Wait. They say they cannot hear you guys. Cannot hear the page. Cannot hear you guys. Cannot hear Tim. Yeah. Hold on. They cannot hear anybody. Oh man. Now I can't even look at the options.
Where is this? Not the smooth operator tonight.
No, I think there's something wrong with my tag.
YouTube.
No, everything is not working. I might have to stop and start. Fucking hell. Wait, just okay. Why can I not click this shit? Settings. Even my settings button is not working.
Yeah, I mean, if you gotta stop it and then reset it.
Control alternate delete.
Okay. Okay, guys, just stay where you are. I'm going to reboot. I don't think the stream will end, so let's just see if I can still come back here again.
Can anybody hear me?
Okay.
No.
We should be back on stream.
No.
Okay, we should be back on stream.
Yes. Yeah, I see that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can you guys hear us
Refresh.
now? Can you hear us now?
Loud and clear.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So are we
Nice.
going to play the intro screen again and then pretend like we're doing this for the first time?
Yeah, let's go back to that. Okay.
Okay. Rewind. Hello, and welcome to Paranormal Recon for the second time tonight. Except now, technology is working. It is a collaborative effort once again between Radio Paranormal Singapore and Supernatural Confessions. Thank you for joining us tonight. Representing RPS, it's your bro, Timo, along with ET and Sham, and of course, our fellow Baba bro from Supernatural Confessions, Mr. Eugene Tay. Okay, so we apologize for the technical hiccups that we had. I mean, this last couple of weeks, we have been trying things for the very first time. Same way, there were technical hiccups last week when we did our first part of Paranormal Recon. We're bound to have something going on tonight as well. As usual, we'll probably blame it on the Hantu, or ET will probably blame it on the EMF, right?
Definitely, man.
But
What else
none
can
of
you
us,
need?
none of us will blame it on Mr. Eugene Tay, who's managing the stream tonight.
Yeah, it's not me, man. Not me.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. We have seen your comments. A lot of you have had plenty of things to say, and Paranormal Recon is really all about user and viewer engagement. So much like we were counting on you to share your opinions with us, stuff that you caught during the course of the investigation, we're going to be relying on you once again tonight to tell us what it is that you think we saw, got captured as we start to review the footage. And I know it's been a very, very busy week or last few days for Mr. Eugene Tay, who's been pulling out the footage, cutting up, and basically preparing for us tonight. What are some of the things we can look forward to tonight?
Okay, so this is all entirely thanks to the community who were furiously texting in, fast and furiously texting in last week, telling us what they saw on the investigation. Some of which I felt we didn't even notice it. I think when they watch it the second time round, then they notice stuff. So very interesting stuff tonight, and it takes four of us to look at this evidence, so to speak, analyze it, give it a deep analysis, and we'll let you know what we think. We may agree, we may not agree, but at the end of the day, viewers, you get to chime in as well. This is the reason why this show is live. So
Absolutely. Okay. So obviously, while we will be offering our opinions, one thing I have to say, I've said it to everybody, whatever you hear from the host tonight is not the be all and end all. Ultimately, you are free to make your own opinions. We actually want to know what your opinions are. So please share them with us. We will read them out as they come in through the comment section. I do have a question though. As we start. So last week when you guys were out there at the suicide tower, I think my favorite part of the entire show was when Belinda said, Sham, tonight maybe you don't go straight home. That was my favorite part. Right? And then Sham is like going, sorry, what? What do you mean?
Why not?
Whatever you do, don't go straight home. Go somewhere else and then go home. So my question is, did anything happen to you that night when you got home?
I actually slept really well. Yeah, surprisingly, better than I usually do.
Okay, because I suppose the fear was that you were going to tapao something home, right?
Mhm.
But you did drop by.
I mean, we had
McDonald's.
supper. Yeah, we had a meal.
Right. So I guess it's safe to assume that if you did tapao something from the suicide tower, you probably left it at the
It's at McDonald's right now. Still.
No lah, because they did the cleansing thing on him. That's why it feels so
Mm.
calm and everything, you know.
Mhm. That too,
Okay,
yes.
okay. What about you, Tay? Anything happened to you or Gerald?
No, I think we were all very calm and everything went well that the night. I didn't feel anything follow us back. But when we were there at the very end of the night, I felt like the spirits were a bit irritated. Like, okay lah, enough already lah. Can you just go back?
It's like we're not working with you guys tonight. Can you guys stop it?
Like get the hint already. Like you overstayed your welcome.
Well, I'd like to think we were at least respectful, right, to any spirits that were there at the location.
Yeah.
I know after the very hard jobs that ET and myself had, doing the stream, hosting from our
Them
own
xiong humid.
places.
Your bunker.
Yeah. Our command center. I mean, we were so tired. By the end of the stream, we just knocked out.
Not
Right?
Yeah,
shy.
Just
man.
Not
weary.
shy, you know.
Our bodies just racked with exhaustion and fatigue.
Bombarded by EMF.
We didn't even have strength to go and makan supper, no. Imagine
The
that.
There you
aircon
go.
too cold, is it? The
I
chair too
think so.
comfortable, is it?
But once again, great job. I think everybody had a really good time.
Yeah.
Let's get straight into it. What is the first thing that you want to feature tonight in terms of a review of the footage?
Okay, so we have 7 things to feature tonight. More than the initial 3 or 4 that we thought we found. This one came in quite as a last minute entry. So let me switch to the screen right now. This one, I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to mention anything. I want you guys to take a look. Okay. The video has been muted, but just watch.
Hey.
See if you notice any anomaly. Notice?
I see a blinking in the background. Is that what you're referring to?
Correct.
Okay. Right. Okay. What was actually behind? I mean, obviously we're not there, but could you just give us some context? What is behind that area?
Okay, so behind the bench is actually the mangrove swamp.
Okay. Is it an area people can walk into with flashlights? Is there a road behind it where headlights and all that could?
To be fair, as I said, because I know this place well, so directly behind where I'm sitting, is mangrove. It's nothing. It's just a stretch of mangrove. But further back, like if I were to draw a straight line from where I'm sitting to the end of the park where I entered from into the boardwalk, yes,
Right.
the boardwalk does cut across this place geographically.
Okay, so is it possible that anybody walking around that area using flashlights, maybe they're cycling, bicycle light, the light could be so strong that we wouldn't be able to notice it from where you are?
Tim, I very much would like to believe this is will of the wisps, but while we were there, if you look at the before and after of this video footage, there were actually people walking around with torchlight. So I cannot say with certainty that this is the will of the wisps. It could be a torchlight in the distance, because at night, even in the distance, the light will travel through the darkness.
Okay. Sham, you were around that area as well. And as you were on the different stories, the different floors, looking around, at any point of time with the investigation, did you notice flashing lights?
There were a lot of individuals and small groups walking around with lights, yeah. But none of them really stopped. They were just walking
Yeah.
through.
Yes.
Okay, so you did notice lights.
Oh yeah,
like
there
what
were.
you
But
saw.
at the same time, that night, I think because of the weather, there was no fireflies or anything like that. Yeah, it was really dark.
Okay. E.T.?
I don't think it's fireflies, because I think I mean I've seen fireflies that they don't behave this way, or at least they don't let out light this way. I'm just wondering, in the distance, I'm trying to recall because I haven't been there for some time.
Yeah.
It is some distance from the Pasir Ris Park, the path area.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if there were some wind at night. Sometimes where those street lamps in the park, and then when the trees kind of move, it gives that flickering kind of effect. So I remember that the distance between the path and that bench through the mangrove swamp, I think it's not that far a distance. It's not like thick foliage versus the opposite end. So I think that might be a possibility of the trees playing tricks on our eyes, or at least not tricks on our eyes, but basically just making the light look like it's flickering, but actually just covering and opening up. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, just want to add on to this. There's a few things that I find not impossible to explain, but harder to explain, is that the lights didn't seem to move from its location. So if it was someone walking with flashlight across the boardwalk, I would imagine the light move across and disappear. And the other thing as well, as I was sitting there, yes, while there were people on the boardwalk that night, that direction where the light was, I did not see anyone coming through that way.
Could they be walking in the opposite? I mean, like, okay, maybe not in the opposite direction, but left to right, right to left?
So one way would be, because when I was walking to my location, I did not see anyone walk past me. So it's not someone walking the opposite direction.
And you came from that
came from
direction.
So what would be a possibility, if at all, it would be someone walking there with a torchlight, stood there, flicker, or maybe the leaves were moving, and then moved back out, not moving forward.
Possible. I just want to spend some attention over at our chat on the Supernatural Confessions YouTube channel. Kyong thinks it's fireflies. I think E.T. mentioned that he doesn't think it's fireflies. Neither does Sham. Someone called Pim Hrap says a lot of herpers like to visit Pasir Ris.
What's a herpes?
Herpers?
People with herpes?
I only know herpes, but
I don't know. He also said it's a well-known place to spot snakes. What kind of snakes? Cobras, pythons, one-eyed snakes.
One-eyed snakes, yeah.
Okay. Samuel thinks, imagine the people at the boardwalk with torchlights shining in Eugene's direction, thinking it was the hantu, right? Because they were like, hey, what's that? What's that up there? They thought you were the hantu, so they're trying to point their lights at you. Okay. Actually, you know, it'd be funny, right? Because you guys were also using lights as well, right? Maybe people far away seeing the flashing. They're also seeing flashing from distance, are probably going, there was something going on at the tower that night. We saw flashing lights.
So I'm waiting for the confessions to come in. That time, on one Saturday, I was at the boardwalk. I saw flashing lights.
Okay, so there you go. Those are the comments that came in. Obviously, as we go through a lot of the footage tonight, we do encourage you to continue telling us what it is that you think, could explain it is what we're about to feature. What's next, Eugene?
Okay, this one is an interesting one. This is what got everyone talking the other time about the Shadow Man.
Okay. The Shadow Man with the arms. Right, and
Yeah.
I remember ET said it was like it cannot be a ghost; it's a man. Because and then we asked like why? Because got arms. Macam ghost got no arms like that. No? It makes me a little worried about what kind of ghost you've seen. No? All the armless ghosts rocking around. Is it?
The disabled ghosts.
Okay. Shall we watch it? Okay,
Yeah.
let's go into it, right? Okay, let's go. So this is where I was at the tower talking, right? And then when the camera pans, that's when someone said they saw something walking. And it's also quite strange. You watch this. I got some explanation for it. All right. So we look into the darkness. I was looking. This part where I'm looking for Sham. I said, let's go find Sham. We walk. Camera saw this. Boom.
Mm.
This is what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, the path, the entrance at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that definitely was not Chamla.
No,
No.
I was on the way nearby.
He was lost, bro.
Ghost cover his eyes. Yeah.
No, the light from the gimbal blinded me.
Okay, so watch.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the direction,
Yep. We can see the arms.
right? And then we pan off. And that was all there was about this Shadow Man clip.
Okay. Now, just based on that little bit, right? Can we tell if that figure was walking towards Eugene or away from Eugene?
Towards.
Hmm?
It's towards.
I believe it's towards.
Why is it? Do you feel the shadows getting bigger?
Yeah, I was coming closer towards the camp.
But then, I mean, he's technically at that point, he's facing the figure, no?
Mhm.
And I know you mentioned it was very dark, Eugene, but
It was
I
really
feel
dark.
like, but I feel because we can see some light in the background, he would have noticed. See, he's looking right in that direction.
Yeah.
You would have
Right.
walked in slightly and then realized how dark it was, probably done a U-turn and walked back out. Because there are no lights on that path. So if you didn't have a torchlight, there's no way you could see
Yeah. But
anything.
I mean, he would have seen that figure, right? Because technically, if the figure is between him and the street light, it's blocking. It would have cast some sort of an eclipse, right? Some sort of an
but sometimes
obstruction.
your vision it's not as good as a cam with the IR light and everything. So although it seems very obvious on the camera, but the camera is probably sharper than our eyes, right? So that could be a possibility why he didn't spot it.
Okay.
And I
All
figured
right,
like,
so-
why didn't if it was an entity, we didn't see it come all the way in.
Yeah. Okay. So, I tell you what do the viewers think? Okay. Tyson says the swinging of the arms is very funny. Jorina, interesting, says seems like two people walking towards Eugene, not one but two. Maybe holding hands and alamak, we can't get our quiet time, and then they had to go away. Yeah, it
In
was
fact, that
walking.
happened. That happened during the investigation. Right?
Yeah. I got one
Yeah,
couple.
one couple asked, "Oh, you're doing a live streaming?" Then
Yeah.
I heard them walk away.
Could it be the same couple?
No,
You
no,
reckon?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't
Different.
think so.
Okay. Keong says walking towards Eugene, but because they saw him, ke belakang pusing. Okay. The guy thought Eugene was the hantu. Can you guys brighten the scene? I mean, I don't know if he can affect the contrast at this point, but whether or not it would make any difference.
It's like CSI
It
or
might
what,
get
right?
too pixelated. Okay. The shadow was walking towards Eugene, but realized filming ahead and was too paise to be on the screen. Possible. Okay. Well, I guess the person I want to ask is Tay, because I mean, out of all of us, you having cut and all that would have spent the most time reviewing this footage. What do you think?
Funny thing was when I was there, because I was looking down the path, I did not recall anyone walking towards me. I'm just wondering why I didn't see this thing.
Well, okay.
Because,
I have to
because
ask
your
you,
eyes
ah,
were focused in the dark.
Yeah, no. But when Gerald is pointing the camera at you all the time, right? Is it very bright?
Yeah,
Because I mean,
yes.
if it's very bright, then when you turn around, also, it takes time for your eyes to also
Correct.
adjust as well.
So I
right?
think what the audience don't know is that most times Sham and I are blind.
Exactly. So if there's a dark patch there, we can't see anything because of the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I mean, what do you think though? based on what you've seen, okay? So even if you didn't see anything there,
Yeah.
now when you review the footage and you've had to rewind, fast forward when you were cutting this,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I honestly would like to believe it's the hantu, but if
All of us would like to believe it's
but
the
if it
Hantu,
was
let's face
if
it.
it was the hantu, right? This is where I agree with ET, right? Why the hantu walk like that? Usually the hantu will glide.
Why are
Or
you all so judgmental?
No, that's
No,
Jack
not-
Ma
it's
walk, right? The
like-
way Jack
it's
Ma
not-
walks also is
I'm
like
sorry.
weird.
Was there like an etiquette handbook on how Hantus are supposed
Generally,
to behave?
Hantus
Do the Conor
don't-
McGregor walk.
It's like
They
what?
don't
Dead,
swagger like
a dead abeng, is it?
Conor McGregor.
Y'all are, it's like, you generalize Hantus, right? It's like you stereotype them. They are free to identify however they want to identify and to walk and carry themselves and express themselves in any way they want, much like we are. I feel like this has turned into we will shame you based on how you choose. It's like, even though you're dead, right? We will shame you based on how
Look
you
at that entity. What is he doing?
How dare you walk like that? Walao eh. Have some decorum lah. Die and see
Even
walk
that
like
night,
that.
you were like, "Alamak, if he was wearing a jersey, right, then I'd be like, no, it can't be a hantu because I've never seen a hantu wear jersey." What?
Shame, hantu.
Now we judge
shame.
them on their clothing as well, no? Okay, Et.
Okay, so I would like to think that on that day, where Tay and Sham were doing investigation, I think firstly it's stress, the weather and everything, humidity, as well as the lights in their face. If you look at how the entity actually moved, it looked like a regular human walking with the arms swinging. And I think Tay was probably very focused on say, I can't remember at that point of time, probably he panicked where Sham was. So I think there was a lot that's going on in his head because if you look a few seconds or maybe minutes after that footage, you actually see Tay's eyes pan towards something. So he's probably looking at that person, but he didn't realize it. Either that or that the light is blinding him through because of from the camera. But I noticed that he looked at something, maybe chobu, I don't know. But so that's why I probably think it's not so much of the hantu, but probably that of a human walking in.
Question, Gerald was facing you, right?
Yeah.
The light is away from him. It's
Yeah.
pointing on
Yep.
you. He didn't notice anything?
Because from the way Tay's eyes were, it seemed like the
No,
guy
I'm
did
talking
not
about
walk towards the
Gerald.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
So
Gerald.
I think you've been
So
looking
when
at the
Gerald
monitor.
when Gerald was pointing at Tay, even he didn't notice what was behind him.
yeah,
I think he
exactly.
was looking at the screen
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
because he's holding the rig.
Okay.
And don't forget that we see a lot clearer on our monitors and everything than on the phone. It's very hard to see on the phone, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, take a look. It's just freaky lah. I mean,
yeah. That we caught something. I mean, something or someone.
Yeah.
And you guys were right there and didn't even. It's like that story lah. That time, right? Remember you were right next to the pochong, right, in school. Story for another day. People are seeing it on the screen, but you couldn't see anything in front of you. Right? Who that happened to? Tay, that's your story, right?
Which one? Oh, the army story.
Army one.
Story.
Yeah, the army story.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what about you, Sham? You've looked at the footage. What do you think?
Can't say for sure. Because like you said, honestly, my night vision is really good.
Yeah.
That night with the light shining at me, I was blind.
Okay.
Even with my torchlight shining in front,
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything in front of me.
So
Sure,
he's
but you weren't there.
giving reasons. He's giving reasons why he got
Yeah.
lost that day. Not bad.
Okay. No, but when you
I
look-
literally walked past. I was looking for Tay, right? And then the entrance, I didn't see the entrance. I just walked past it.
The ghost cover your eyes lah.
Okay, but
Yeah,
now
I
when
didn't
you
see
look
it.
at that footage, what does it look like to you?
I can't. It doesn't scream hantu to me, but you can't be. There's no definitive answer.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't jump. It's like, oh, that's it.
Okay,
Be
so
nice.
enough doubt on both sides to cancel each other.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, enough doubt that it can't be a hantu, enough doubt that it can't be a human.
Yeah.
All right, so this one 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Hey,
Okay?
audience, let the audience vote in. What do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think. Let me see.
Oh,
Someone
like
said-
that. No one on my
Crimson
side.
says, looks like a person. Sean says tomorrow, SC and RP is going to get cancelled by Hantu because we judged them. Thank you guys.
Wait, I ask her, is the shadow man a hantu or a person? Okay, polling is happening right now. Hantu
Okay. Kyong says maybe the next walk, try to focus longer on the unusual object to make sure. Unfortunately, nobody there actually saw the object to know that it was there to focus on to begin
It
Yeah.
was you guys that spotted it. None of us
Yeah.
did, actually.
with. Okay. So I'm going to say it
To
was.
be fair, when I was walking along the outside towards the entrance, walking back, there were people on the outside walking by. So yeah, could have been one of them.
Yeah, because it's one
That,
of those.
that section, yeah.
Because it's one of those situations that there were people around, so we cannot like conclusively say it's the hantu. It's like
It wasn't like 3 a.m. where the park was completely empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So far, 41 votes. 66% believe it was a human, a person. 35% right now. 34% believe it was the hunter. Okay.
yeah, I'll let this run a bit more. We'll show you the next clip, and then after the next clip, then we'll close this.
Okay.
Now it's 70%. I think if this was the polls, the people, the community have kind of voted. It's actually person. Can I close it now, or should I close it later?
Close lah. I think it's definitely probably going to be unanimous.
We are 70-30. 70.
Okay, maybe not unanimous, but overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what the PAP will say, landslide victory. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
Next one is actually not okay. This is my pick actually. I just want to have a discussion about this. I'm going to turn the audio on. Have a listen.
He was walking towards downtown east. I think he heard some party there.
Technology. Oh, something drained. Something drained your battery.
Just now was no power when it started.
Someone just texted in and said earlier.
What are we looking for?
Okay. Sham Gimbal died, and he charged it overnight. He just died. Now, as we do paranormal investigation, we know that one of the signs of entities being around is that your equipment just gets drained very fast. Now, I want to ask, is this a faulty equipment, or is this an entity around that was draining battery? Have you tried charging and then using it again?
I charged it again. I tested it out. Everything was fine.
Yeah, and on top of that, can I just say the gimbal, which I ordered, okay, only arrived the night before. So it is brand new, never been used before. Okay. That said, I have to wonder, okay, now if the battery died while you guys were at the suicide tower, I kind of get it, but it was dying on the way to the suicide tower.
Along the outside.
Yeah. Is the rest of it like, so paranormally rich that it would have drained his battery before he got there? Right.
I mean, we
No,
assume that the suicide tower is the most haunted place and that everywhere else in Pasir Ris is not haunted. But maybe what this proves now is that all of Pasir Ris Park is karas.
Okay.
For all you know, the suicide tower is the least karas.
Okay. Like I mentioned, right? The person I know who committed suicide in the park didn't die at the tower. He
Where
was
did
found.
he die?
All I know is in the vicinity of the area from one of the trees. But this was about 20 years ago.
He died. What? He hung himself from a tree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so then why is it called a suicide tower? I thought someone committed
Because
suicide.
Because ET said it was suicide
Yes,
tower.
but this was based on a news article that he saw.
Yes.
That was
Based on,
repeat-
mine is based
reported
on
in the
news
paper.
article. Yep.
Yeah. So there was a suicide that was there,
Yes.
and then that means there were suicides, and in the
A
other
park is
parts.
a
So
park,
this
right?
is turning into a like an Akihabara forest, is it?
Oh.
Singapore's small, not many places to commit suicide. See,
Yeah.
opposite my house so popular. People
Mm.
like to walk into the reservoir and just,
Yeah.
Okay. Why this place was also interesting for me is when we were doing our rehearsal, right? Just testing out our connection. Remember, I was there alone while the rest of you were comfortably at home, just doing your testing there. And that was the spot. Okay, I don't know where your battery died, but the spot where I met Sham, when I started walking in from that point towards the suicide tower and I could see it from the distance, was when my phone malfunctioned.
It was definitely in the area there because when I went further up to the bridge already, I was already holding the phone by hand because the gimbal was gone.
So my next question is, do you guys deploy the EMF meter?
Well, he had a
No,
K2 meter.
I was walking. My mistake was I didn't check.
Yeah, there's only one
I
tri-field
was
meter
irritated. The
there.
new piece of equipment that I just got, right? Like I charged it. Why is this happening now?
It's like, please don't let me spoil it. Tim will kill me. He literally just
Like,
gave it
which is
straight to me.
exactly. It's not
after
even been used
Lazada
1
gave it to
hour.
him. It's like, see lah, we cannot trust Cham with our equipment.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
ET, better check your tri-field meter later, no?
Okay,
Sekali that
see,
one
so-
also rosak.
So here's the thing. I mean, I get where Tay is coming from, and I've experienced it before of energy
Yeah.
drain from during investigations. But what was funny was only the gimbal drain.
Mhm.
I mean, I expect other things like the phone and
Oh, my phone was dying already at that point,
So
but my
fast?
power bank, my power bank had enough power. I could charge the phone. It didn't have enough juice to charge the gimbal.
Yeah, but streaming will kind of
Yeah,
sap
I
your
immediately
phone
when
quite a bit.
I started charging my phone.
so
Okay.
your phone was fully charged before we started the
Yes.
stream.
Yeah.
So is it normal for it to drain like
No,
that?
it's a new phone, 6 months old only.
But I mean, the fact that you were on and you were
Possibly.
streaming from it, would that not be quite a
I
power
mean, we
sucker?
had been on at that time by what 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
I don't know how long were you lost.
Not that long. Yeah.
Poor
At
thing.
that time it was probably about 10:30, which was about the time we were supposed to meet, and then we started. I think we dialed in at what 9:15,
Hmm.
something like that. So maybe slightly more than an hour.
Okay. All right. So actually once again, I'm just gonna bring us back to years ago when we visited the suicide tower. I remember Mel got scratched, but was there also another case where and I know the camera, as in the memory card, got wiped surprisingly from the cameras, but was there also a case where the power just got sapped from the devices?
I remember having that issue in other haunted places, but not necessarily at the.
During that same tour was not so much electrical, but one of my friend, her amulet actually shattered lah.
Right
In
there
the-
at the
yeah,
suicide
on the
tower.
way to Suicide Tower, on the path where Tay was walking. So it's a path between where he set up the doll initially at the bench towards the tower. Just before reaching the tower, her amulet, I get some oil inside or something. I think just shattered and it drained.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of consensus we can reach or conclusion we can reach to this particular.
Well, I don't think there's a conclusion, but I think it's very interesting to bring up all this, what happens during a paranormal investigation
Yep.
where gadgets get drained. So my theory has always been that entities are not what we think it is. Maybe they're that of negative energy. And that is why they kind of drain positive energies from our gadgets and stuff. Same thing why we have cold spots, because it absorbs heat from the surrounding, which is also positive energy. So that's why we deploy these gadgets during investigations. So it helps us ascertain closer to whether it's a paranormal activity or is it something scientific. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, no one has said anything in the chat, okay, regarding that particular footage we reviewed. So I guess we should move on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah?
The next one is when I was sitting on the second floor and I put a doll there with the Kamayan, and then I placed my K2 meter on the doll, and there was fluctuation. Let's watch.
I don't see the K2 meter. I only see your giant bicep.
Oh, hold on. The time frame is at 1:12. We're about 15.
He's
Laugh
pulling
one,
out his EMF.
He just wanna feature his guns, right? He's like, check out my EMF.
Alamak, advertisement pula.
You
What
see,
happens
this
when you have
this
an
how a
advertisement?
K2 meter looks like, you see.
Yeah, I knew Theo was gonna. I mean, ET was gonna say this. Had it been the tri-field meter he was using right now,
Okay.
immediately.
There. You can see, there's fluctuation, Fluctuate. So how? What do we think about that?
And the camera is relatively far away from him, right?
Far, very far.
So you had no gadgets on you at the time.
No, 0. See, it's moving.
So yeah, they came by and they were being curious, wondering what we were up to.
EMF don't blow around like the wind, right? Wind don't affect EMF,
No,
right?
no, it doesn't.
Okay. Okay, how long did this spike last for? Do you know? Do you remember?
It lasted quite long, actually.
10 seconds?
No more than
30
that. It
seconds?
went on. Went on. I think maybe about a minute, and then it just went dead. Then there was no more EMF.
Yeah, about 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, you were there. What do you think?
Okay. I feel this one is Hantu. There is a presence there.
Okay.
And
But are you going to say that just based on that that duration of EMF spike, or based on other things
there's
as
based
well?
on other things as well. And I know the discussion that we always have when it comes to getting a reading on the EMF device. We always want to get a 5, a red, right? But at the same time, when we were there, at this point, before they got annoyed with us, I felt the energy was kind of mild. And also because I was using my pendulum there and I was getting some reading. So
Okay.
I put a few situations together, and therefore I believe there were spirits there. They were not malicious, they're not aggressive, and that's why it's a 3-point flicker and not more than that.
Okay. ET, don't jump in because I know you jump no when I ask this next question. Tay,
Yeah.
how reliable is your K2 meter?
As far as devices go, I wouldn't just put all my eggs in that one basket. But this particular device have proven to me over a few other investigations to have worked in a way that I cannot explain. Like the Sinmin investigation, for example, we were getting 5 points read. And after I sat down to meditate and sort of send the spirits away, like it was live show, not edited, and straight up after that there was no reading. So the device itself has proven itself to be reliable on past occasions, so no reason for me to feel that it has gone faulty.
Have you ever had, been in an area with 2 K2 meters side by side and only one flickered out? Because technically, if they're both side by side, if one goes off, the other one should also go off as well, right?
If it was EMF in the area, but if it was as a spirit, then the spirit can choose.
Oh, okay. So the spirit just being in that area is not automatically going to
No. So it's not like the spirit walks around and it's like oops.
Yes.
It's not. They would have to exert energy to turn the device on, and it would have to be literally at the device because a K2 meter is not a ranged weapon. It has. They have to be at the tip.
Okay. Well, I suppose then you would have to bring your EMF your K2 meter to an actual, what do you call, electronic device to see whether it is sensitive enough to beep. Okay. ET. What do you think based on the spike?
So there's 2 theories for EMF. One is that entities generate EMF itself. The other is that they actually get attracted to places with EMF. So one of the reasons why a paranormal investigator, she goes down with the EMF meter is to detect whether there's high fluctuations of EMF. Because the third theory is that high levels of EMF actually makes your mind perceive things which are not there. So that's one of the reasons why. And then we try to cancel out after that. So with regards to K2 meter, tri-field meter, it really depends. So the tri-field meter detects very high spikes, which is what I usually look for. I think that the K2 meter is a bit more sensitive. We did a small little experiment. I think Sham did it on the tower itself. So when we put the K2 meter versus the tri-field meter towards, I think was towards the camera that was streaming, there were different readings. So at a distance, the K2 meter does go off. The tri-field meter only went off when it was almost touching the camera, if you remember that, Sham. So the sensitivity makes a difference. But I do agree that using a K2 meter sometimes gives us that initial reaction before we use a tri-field meter to do that comparisons. For example, we don't just use an IR thermometer. We tend to at least have 2 to 3 gadgets so that we need to have one that's a test so that we know whether there's a huge spike and whether there's a huge difference. So you definitely need more than one. You need a couple so that there's results to compare with. So in this case, I really don't know if there was really an entity there. But I did notice that the K2 meter only went off at that period of time because I don't know whether there's any other stuff that was around, because I noticed the K2 meter that Tay used during the rest of the investigation, it didn't really move at all.
Nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just at that spot. And to answer your question, whether there's any electronic device, whether there's any like wire lighting under the place, there was none. There was not a single device on my body as well. So it was just going off at that spot only and nowhere else.
Okay. And Sham, I mean,
Yeah.
you had all of them. You had all the devices. You had the K2
Mhm.
meter, the tri-fuel meters. You didn't actually
Go and pee first,
notice
I'll come back.
any
You carry
lights
on.
where you were that night, did you?
No, it was actually really peaceful upstairs. But the moment I got to the top floor, I was actually really surprised because it seemed like nobody had been there for maybe 1 or 2 days. Because the last few times I've been up there, there's always trash lying around, somebody's picnic scraps. But this time round, it was totally clean upstairs.
Okay.
So yeah, that was interesting.
Maybe it got cleaned, before you guys.
Maybe, yeah,
got them, right?
possibly,
Election coming, that's why.
yeah.
Okay. What do you think? I mean, just based on this little piece of footage, one spike, is that enough to convince you that there was a hantu there?
Possibly, it's like the time we went to Kenridge Park, and I think Nita and I were goofing around with the K2s, and then in the park itself, we didn't find anything, and we came out to the car park, and one of them started going off like full, and then we took out the second one, and we put them apart, and both of them were going off for maybe about 1 minute, and then suddenly it just died off.
Okay.
So that was interesting as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. So I know Tay put up a thing on the chat to ask whether or not you think it was a tech glitch or it was the hantu. Okay. So let's see what it could be. Based on 64% say it must be the hantu. 35% say it is a tech glitch.
Yeah.
Okay. Peter says it's Krypton energy. Okay. Alvin wants to know what is that electric thing in the background of Eugene's room.
This one?
The hantu. Just go with the hantu.
Oh, it's
the
the hantu. That's
It's
my.
the EMF lah.
I trapped the hantu in that little box. So that's the
Yes.
energy.
Brought
It's
it
ghost
home that night. Yeah. Let's see. He also said Tim's room looks like a gamer's room. Thank you very much. As a married man, I no longer have any games. So the fact that you think I have a gamer's room, I appreciate that. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much about it. You want to move on to the next piece?
Yes. Next one. Oh, this one's my favorite, guys. Oh,
Is this the
you're
small-
in for you're in for
There's a small-
a tweet.
Mm-hmm.
137. Okay, watch out. This one, you got to zoom in on that small screen. Okay.
Okay. You never draw a circle for us.
No lah. Nah. Alamak, advertisement.
I know you love
again.
circles.
No. Okay. Here. Watch the top right.
Oh, this is not Spider-Man.
Watch the top right. Watch the top right. See if I can make it bigger.
See, Tim looks like he needs binoculars already.
Take a magnifying glass.
Hard lah.
Okay, so this is 137.44. Is it the timing now? Okay, it's coming up in 20 seconds.
To find something that it's home again. So it's very easy for spirits to attach. But I also see the psychological and mental effect. When you lose something very dear to you, you would obviously feel emotionally disrupted.
Okay.
Happening. Okay,
Oh,
watch.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
We also try to be.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah,
At
there was
this point-
definitely no smoke upstairs.
Yeah, at this point, whatever it is that you were burning was not burning anymore, was it?
No, gone already. So, okay, I'm just going to play again to see how thick that smoke is. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just explain.
Nobody was vaping or anything like that.
I didn't bring a mosquito coil with me that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one was vaping. There was no mosquito coil. There was the Kamiyan was on the second floor. And if you look at the whole process, we were sitting there with Kamian, with the doll, it has really burned itself out. And even if it didn't burn itself out, even if there were cinders, there would not have been this kind of whole cloud of smoke coming up.
And I think the most important thing is, right, if it was smoke, you guys would have smelt it. You were right there.
Yes.
Right? Especially such a thick plume of smoke. I know E.T. would call it a void of smoke, but I will call it a plume of smoke.
Sorry, this video too compelling. I think I need to go and get a glass of whiskey.
Go.
He just don't want to say, he escaping right here. It's like,
I just don't want to hear.
No, and also if it was vape, right? If let me someone on the first floor vape, right? If vape smoke's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This, I mean, and you didn't smell anything.
There's
Nobody
nothing
was
on the
burning
fourth floor that was
anything
burning.
nearby.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even if like it was something that was carrying it through the wind,
No,
like I said, you would have smelled something, right?
you would have seen it.
Mm.
Yeah, we definitely didn't see
And
anything.
we were
And,
up there for a long while. There was no
Mm.
smoke coming out. If it was something actively burning, we would have had the smoke coming up over and over again.
At this
Yeah.
point, is the camera just leaning against something, or is Gerald holding the rig?
Gerald holding.
Yeah, Gerald
He also
holding it.
didn't notice any smoke when he was pointing the camera.
We
at you
can't
guys.
see whether he noticed or not because if you look at it,
I
only
mean, I guess he would have said something, right? I mean, if he did see it.
so it's only I think if you look at it, it's only Sham and I actually reacted to it.
Yeah.
You saw smoke,
Yes.
so you did
with
see it.
So I was asking him like, "Do you see it? Do you see it?" Nope.
Do you think while you guys were up there, someone could have walked, to the suicide tower and
We
they
would
are
have heard
beneath
them.
You would have heard them. Okay.
Yeah.
Or even if like I said, like if it was the suicide tower is very, very high. So if someone had been smoking or vaping, that sort of smoke is not going to go up like a cloud in its intact form, 4 stories high.
Yeah, so that's a bit strange.
Okay. All right. So I guess you need to put the thing there, though. The pole.
But
Yeah.
Shab, do you
What was that
see it?
smoke?
Do you
Is it
see it when we
smoke
were
or-
there, or you only saw it on the video?
On the video, I don't recall any.
Not with
okay.
your- not with
Off the
your
top of my
eyes,
head, I
right?
don't no.
So I saw it with my eyes, and then it's confirmed with the video. For Sham, who was there beside me, did not see the smoke with his eyes. He only saw it on the video.
Yeah, because there was no smell or anything as well,
Yeah.
right? You were downstairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, he's back just in time to tell us what he thinks that smoke was.
No, I need to open my whiskey first.
Okay, we wait for you.
Okay. Hey, quickly quickly put the poll up,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I want to know
put it,
what they
put it.
think. All right, but I will read some of the comments.
But I'm
Alvin
just
says-
curious. The incense that you were burning, you stub it out before you went up, or how
But
how
it's
do
finished
you?
burning. Finished burning already.
Okay.
Okay.
How you spell plume? Plum.
Plume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peter says it's hantu hair. Okay. Jorina says confirm it's a hantu. Sean thinks it's a jellyfish.
Ghost jellyfish.
Okay. Fan Fang says hantu passed through the boys. This one confirmed. Derek SG, ET will appreciate this, says it's ectoplasm. Because ET always likes to remind me that ectoplasm does not necessarily have to be sticky or gooey. It can be smoke-like, right? Like
Yes.
a plume of smoke. Peter is only interested in Belinda because he wants to see her portal. And Kyong says it's not smoke or incense, but it's the Ghost Rider passing by. Nicholas wants to know if it's equipment overheating. No, you would have been
No.
able to smell something burning, right?
None of our equipment will make smoke like that.
Yeah.
Was it very cold that evening?
No.
24, 20,
Yeah, 24, 25.
not
Okay,
enough.
okay.
for
So
it
so
to be-
why I say that is because there was once I was illegal fishing with my friend, and then I remember it was like 2-3 a.m. and then my friend said, "Bro, are you okay or not?" I said, "Why?" He said, "There's smoke coming out, emitting from my back." Because I'm a hot guy, right? So when it's cold, it starts to steam.
Well, I just saw a video of a botak woman on YouTube the other day, and you can actually see smoke coming out from her.
Hey, why
From
must bring
her-
up hair?
from her
Or,
head.
Mm-hmm.
That's the video,
What's your
bro.
problem?
Okay. But I mean, even then, it did not look as plume-like. That's our new favorite word now, as plume-like as this as what we just saw. Okay. Someone said fog. Somebody bring a smoke machine. No, I don't think so. Titus says the K2 meter did not spike even at that point, right?
We put K2
Didn't.
meter all around, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
it was
spiking.
everywhere. Nothing.
Didn't.
Okay. All right.
So, okay, so maybe to answer that with regards to the K2 meter spiking,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that when there is an entity, it's 100% EMF meter goes off. Because, like I said, it depends on what theory we believe in. If it's an area with high EMF and these entities get attracted, then yes, the K2 meter will go off. But in this instance, if it really was something that we cannot explain, notice I'm trying to avoid the word, it doesn't mean that the K2 meter has to go off. Yeah.
So in other words, he thinks it's a hantu. Well done. Okay, I accept.
No,
that.
no. Why you think I'm joking? Cheers, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. For some reason, I can't see what the results of the poll is today. Can you read it out? What is it?
Hold on. I
Okay. I find it.
found it.
84% say that yes, the smoke is evidence of a hantu present. 17 skeptics that say no. I'm sure ET is among them. Probably click just to make a point.
I realize cannot click multiple times.
Okay. What about you, Sham? You were there. Okay. So you see that smoke-like, thing. What comes to mind?
Hantu.
Okay, you think it's a hantu. Okay,
I mean-
simple.
Yeah, I was there, right? I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was burning. I didn't smell
I think
anything.
the only person that could probably see it the clearest was, what was the camera guy's name again?
Gerard.
Gerald.
Gerald.
Did he notice anything? Because this
No,
would
he
have been
didn't
obvious
say
on
anything to us.
his phone.
He only saw it on the phone. Look, I
So
think he
that's
was
why
looking
my-
at the screen. He was looking at the screen.
He was,
so
he
my-
was holding it.
My curiosity is, did it appear only on camera?
I saw it in
or
my
did
eyes.
appear-
I saw it.
Oh, you saw it
That's
when you were
why
there.
that's why I turned to
Ah.
react. Then I
Okay,
asked him.
okay,
Then I
okay.
saw as the smoke
Yeah.
comes through, and then I could see it on the screen. So I saw with my eyes one big
Ah.
plume of smoke. And
Actually,
yeah.
okay. No. Because you actually saw it with your eyes. The smoke. I was just wondering, is this something that could have just been on the camera lens?
Because
that's what I
don't
mean.
forget, right, I cannot see that tiny square that I have
Yeah,
enlarged for
yeah,
you
yeah.
on Sham's handphone.
The phone
on-
was a distance away.
Yeah, no, but it's also because you're looking at it now. You're viewing it on a bigger screen. That's
Yeah.
why you can see such a big plume.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, could it have been anything that was just on the lens, like a smear or something like that? Then the light catches it, and then
No,
it just
no.
looks like.
It's definitely not a smear, lah. It's definitely some sort of smoke, but what it is what we can.
Water vapor, Titus is saying. Is it water vapor?
No. Wasn't that humid?
It's definitely a smoke, lah. It's either a smoke or ectoplasm. It's one of them. Can't be anything
Char
else.
Kway Teow says insect fart. Wow, that would have been quite an insect. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Ong Cho says pareidolia. What is pareidolia again? Sound familiar?
When you look at clouds or water, you look at something that it looks like something else, so your mind fills in the gaps to create a persona out of just emptiness.
But
This
all
is
of us
a-
are
this is
seeing
a
it
word
now.
I need to learn. Huh?
No, okay, but we are not looking at the smoke to say there's a ghost. That will come later because that's another. You can use the pareidolia for the next evidence, but for
Okay,
this,
we're just saying there is smoke.
because when I turned to see, I saw this huge. It's not even like cigarette, or it's just boom, like a whole cloud just moving by, passing by me, and then I wouldn't use the word disappear, but it looked like it disappeared only because there was no more light, right? So it goes on downwards and it disappeared, but I cannot explain that at all. So when I saw that, I turned to Sham. I said, "Did you see it?" He says, "No," right? So it was only after we went back. And then people started sending me that timestamp, and I went in and I had my PC to enlarge it. That's when I said, yes, that's exactly what I saw. So maybe that's why I did not react to it, because when I checked it, some said no. I said I saw something, but I just left it, right? So
Okay, fair. Okay, but we can all accept, based on what we just saw,
Yeah.
that there was smoke.
Something was there.
Something was there. Okay, what exactly it is? Akan datang, yet to be confirmed. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next one.
Sorry, one more part.
Okay.
Remember the when I was at the door, I said, before we went out, I said, would you show a sign? Because they didn't want to enter the door. So I said, would you show a sign to Sham, who's upstairs? And then both Belinda and I, when we check out her cards and check my pendulum, it says yes. So that could have been the spirit trying to show evidence of their presence.
And then y'all don't even barely notice it. The spirit also like fed up, right? See, like
Yeah, spirit's
conjure up
like,
so
I
much
tried.
effort, and then y'all not even paying attention. Walao.
That's why they're not. That's why they're very annoyed with Sham.
It's like, are you kidding me?
Sham,
That's
that
why
day
they didn't
couldn't
follow
see a
him.
lot of things, Sham.
That's why that day they didn't follow him home. They're like, you know, we follow him for what? He probably won't even notice us. Don't
Yeah,
waste time.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
Next one. Next one is this one is interesting. It's um when we were making offerings, Belinda was saying make more offerings. And later on, when she messaged me that night, she says when she was downstairs, or when we were downstairs, she felt there were a lot of spirits, and she felt that they were hungry for the offerings that I made upstairs, and they didn't receive it downstairs. So that's why I went around giving more offerings, and
what
then
offerings were you giving?
incense and kamayan.
Okay.
And that's also the time where a lady who wants to be anonymous said
Yes, well done, Eugene.
that
She wanted to be anonymous until you blew out her identity.
well, the lady that we will call Shu,
He does it again.
she said, you know what, I should actually give more offerings, like something on me, she said.
Like what?
Bro, she just-
Part
she
of you,
wants
is
to
it?
remain anonymous, right? And then boom, he goes, "Hi." Okay, all right. Okay.
Yes, I was about to say, I think he needs to make some kind of offering.
Okay. What would you suggest? Because he mentioned he's got some incense. Belinda, who was on the call earlier,
Something more physical.
something more physical.
Something more physical.
Himself.
Like you're talking about clothes, material.
I have no idea what she meant.
I
by
mean, literally a part of yourself, like bodily fluids.
I would imagine that's what she meant.
What kind of bodily fluids?
Bath water.
His K2 meter.
My dowsing rod.
Yeah, dowsing rod.
No. But those are not fluids. Oh, what comes out of his dowsing rod? Is it? Oh, right. Okay. Say no more. Okay. All right. So, what do you want to show us?
You want to close the poll?
Oh,
Yeah, it's 82 to 18%. Oh, I won one, but I got 1 extra percent. Huh?
okay, close it. Yeah, so I mean, it's not so much an evidence, but really, what does it make more of things? Do we want to discuss it, or should we just move on?
Well, once again, I know we covered this briefly, but that night, but I really would like to know. I mean, when you talk about offerings, right? I had never known that you can use incense as an offering, because once again, I'm just wondering, like when you burn the incense from the what is that thing called?
Kamayan.
Kamanyang?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that smoke meant to do for the spirit?
There's a few.
I mean, how do they eat it?
the ingredients in the kamayan is used from way back to appease spirits. So you will go to the kampung days, or you go to a certain place and you want to appease the spirits, you will use kamayan as food for the souls. Some people then also start to hypothesize that you use kamayan to chase away the spirits. This is not true. You feed the spirits so you appease them so they don't disturb you. That's the original idea of the kamayan.
Does that apply to all sorts of incense, like joss sticks as well?
Kamayan, you can think of kamayan more like frankincense. The same,
Okay.
same effect. The jaw stick, that incense that I use, that's the one that we use for 7 month or for the spirits. So it's known for food for wandering souls. You use that for gods. You use that for 7 month prayer, anything like temple and all that lah. The generic incense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there will be cases where you would ask the spirit for specifics, right? Like, what specifically would you like to be offered to you?
I don't ask that because I don't want to start. If I'm not willing to go all the way to get something that, let's say they tell me I want a specific thing, I go like, oh no, I can't do that. Is there anything else you want?
That's negotiation, right?
Best I got is a Big Mac.
Telling of your age, you know.
No, but I mean, really, you generally do not ask for specifics.
No.
When you are trying to,
If I'm
communicate.
doing exorcism work, I may ask like, what do you want to leave this place? But generally, if I'm going to normal investigation like that, I'm bringing stuff. I'm going to offer it to you because I have nothing else. So you take it or you leave it. Yeah.
Okay, what other kinds of offerings are there? Okay, let's not talk about like body fluids lah. Okay, let's not talk about blood. Let's not talk about flesh and things like that. Food.
In Asian culture, at least, you offer them food. You offer them hell notes.
Children.
Okay.
Mayan style.
Okay. Like, would you offer animals sacrifice?
I don't sacrifice life thing. I choose not to do that, and I don't think any wandering spirit would need your life animal sacrifice.
Yeah, imagine if somebody walked up to you and like, here, have a dog. Hey, what am I going to do with this dog?
No. But I mean, we talk about symbolism, right? And I think that's what you mentioned. It's the symbolism of all that you are willing to, take a life or offer a life to the spirit. It could be something that they appreciate. No. Even slitting your wrist and offering your blood.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a demonic thing, lah. But
Does it have to be demonic, not just a regular ghost?
I am thinking the regular ghosts have nothing to do with you. They have not. You get in the blood in your dead dog. They don't know what to do with it. Also.
Just a very spiteful, salty, resentful, bitter ghost.
Then maybe.
Imagining the just random ghost walks by and here, have a pet. And he's like, what?
Now he got a ghost pet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted something to keep him company. Okay, let's see. I want to read out what has come through. Carlos says blood. Yes, Carlos, we will discuss blood sacrifices in part 2. Joking. Don't kill me. Let's see. Someone says wine, Chinese tea, alcohol.
Good year.
Okay. All right, that's pretty much what we have. Okay. All right. So anything else you guys want to discuss about this particular bit before we move on?
Maybe I just add on. Generally, even when we use incense and stuff, as much as it's spiritual, sometimes in the past where we didn't have aircon and we didn't have deodorant, all these incense were actually used to mask smells as well. Because in the past, people were hard at labor and everything. And then when they enter a place of worship like a church or a temple, sometimes this incense actually doesn't make people faint. So, it's also symbolic because when you burn incense or you burn something, that smoke rises towards the sky. So humans being tangible beings, it allows them to focus on their prayers and everything. So they actually are hoping that everything goes towards the heavens. And that's why heaven is up there and hell is below. So, when the smoke goes up, that's where we offer our prayers as well.
Okay, last one for tonight. I know it's past ET's bedtime already.
Actually, ET, sorry, I just want to tuck on him a little bit. Just now you said you were going to finally give us an answer, right? After you open your whiskey. You still haven't...
I did what? I said it's not the EMF only one.
So what is it?
That's an answer, ma.
No.
Doesn't have to be definitive one.
But what are you leaning towards?
What's the word just now? Paranormal. I don't know what.
What are you leaning towards? What specific one thing are you leaning towards?
I'm leaning on my chair.
Okay, guys, I tried. Okay, all right.
One day. Okay, this one is about Sham, and actually this one was quite a hot topic because the chat group on Telegram was going on about it, and there were circles drawn around Sham's face as well. And they were not mocking him. They were just saying they could see things. So I want to bring this up to the community to take a look. Okay, it's a blink and you missed it scene. Okay. So he's walking around with his dowsing rod. I'm filming him. He's there with a headlamp. Talk. Then he turns. And then there's smoke.
Okay. And once again, you weren't burning anything at that point?
No. This one I was burning.
Okay. This one you're burning. Okay.
But, what people said they saw was in the smoke. I can't. Okay, you just have to.
What happens during this? Oh, okay. When you skip it, then it just jumps back. What is? Oh, you have to wait till it's over.
What? The smoke,
No. These ads. Okay, are we back? Or is it still an ad?
No, back at it, back at it.
Okay. All right, you're saying?
So what they sent to me was they found the smoke to have faces within the plumes of smoke. Some people say they can see an old lady. Some people say they saw a skull. Candy, who's also with a third eye, said, "Oh, there were so many of them down there." So on the first floor, while there's not enough for a single evidence to point towards a haunting, what I got was multiple people who are sensitive to energy have claimed, like Belinda said, first floor, there were many, give more offerings. Someone comes up to say they can see an old lady standing right in front of Sham. It seems that they were all trying to make contact with Sham because I asked that. I said, can you make contact with Sham? Sham wants to see you. So they were all trying to stand in front of him doing this, and Sham couldn't see shit. And there was one particular skull, that one particular plume of smoke that looked like skull. Now, that I would agree with you is pareidolia, because you would want to see a skull in a cloud, you will see a skull. But is it really a flying skull? We don't know. But when you put that evidence along with everyone else who said they saw something there, then maybe there could be a skull.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just curious. You know, someone sent some screenshots. Are we able to like bring it up so easier for discussion?
Can. Okay, your chat first. I
think
don't find it.
it's on our group chat or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think at that point of time, Sham was using his dowsing rods, and I think they was he was still burning the kemenyang and stuff, right? Yeah. So I mean, smoke is one. That's why in a magic show or any horror movie, right? It's always mist, and then smoke, so it kind of impairs your vision. And I think that's why sometimes they utilize it for horror movies, because your mind plays tricks on you. Like for example, if you lie down and look up at the sky and you see clouds, different people see different things. It's what your mind wants to see sometimes.
Itulah pareidolia.
Is this the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was one of.
It looks like Sham is talking to one of them.
I know, obviously, because of the stairs in the background, I feel like I'm looking at the skeleton's ribs.
Look like xylophone.
But yeah, I mean, you can make out anything. Okay, I mean, if I look long enough, yes, I can see a skull and the eyes. But once again, if I look carefully, the eyes are actually part of the the steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I look at the right side, I see swastika.
Okay, I'm going to share another one. This is Candy.
Yeah.
Again, there's different people sending in things of the same scene. So they did not.
Okay, but once again, you said that Candy has a third eye, right?
Candy
So
has a
she
third
could
eye.
actually see things that we cannot, even though she's marking objects on that picture.
So to
right?
give you a bit of background of Candy, Candy came on my walk with Hantu in Changi. So she came on a particular walk that had. There were 15 people on my walk. 7 of them had a third eye on that particular walk. Candy being one of them. So they were all walking, and so I would be doing the tour, I would be telling the story. Then suddenly I see these 7 heads just turn at one go. And they're like, then they turn back. I'm like,
what do you do at a point like that?
I mean, you just threw me off my game. Like, I forgot my lines. Like, where were I? And
Did you ask them? Did you stop the tour and just go, sorry,
said,
what was it that you just saw?
So they go, never mind, which is worse, right? Because
Yes.
like, do I turn? Do I walk? Am I going to walk into something? So then later on, they told me this, that. And they would, all their stories corroborated lah. So Candy was one part in Changi, that Hendon Hills. He says, I'm not going to go up. I'm just going to wait down here for you. I see too many of them. And so because of that walk with Hantu and how the 7 of them corroborated with one another, it made me believe that yes, Candy too have the vision lah. So it's not like a one-off, right? Like she was part of a group, and they were not friends. They were all strangers. So when she sent me this, I'm not going to just shrug it off. But at the same time, I can't see anything lah. So
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only base, especially if we're talking about seeing things, you can only base this on what your own eyes are showing you, right? Okay.
But if Belinda said this place is crowded and Candy, who has a third eye, can circle all this, then maybe there's some truth in it. I don't know.
I got a question for you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the smoke in those pictures, right? This one actually come from the smoke from your coming
Yes,
right?
correct.
This smoke, does it look exactly like the same kind of smoke that was featured earlier on?
Yes. That
It
big,
looks exactly the same?
that big
Actually, I
plume
think
of
it's
smoke.
different.
See? The
I
big
think it's a
plume of
bit
smoke.
different.
Yes, because that was what I was kind of hoping one of you would actually say.
It's actually
that
different.
that there are two different types of smokes, which would once again validate that what we saw earlier was not Kaminyang smoke.
I think it's different.
Okay, ET, could you elaborate?
So if you look at the smoke that came from behind the camera, it was a bit different because you see this one is a bit more dispersed. That one, when it came out, it really looked like something very concentrated. And as it go down, you can actually see the thickness of the ectoplasm, whatever it is, one of those things. But it's very different. So you see when you notice, I mean, if you guys actually watch the stream, you see how the Kaminyang was burning, right? Typical smoke is dispersed. That one was like a cloud. So if you actually look at the smoke and how it moves, it's a bit different. So I don't know. I feel both are different in that sense.
Okay. Right. So once again, likely that there was something else lah, not related to the Kaminyang. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sham,
Sham.
your wife just scared everybody lah.
Can you not sabo our brother here? No? You say things, you taken the wife, he got to kena later. No?
So that's why I make sure he was on headphones and not speaker.
No.
Unless he's watching this.
He meant to
No,
say,
she's not.
say that Alex scared everybody with her beauty and how gorgeous she is. That's what you meant to say, right?
Something like that lah. I'm not very good with words.
Okay. Alvin says Sham's sister scared me. Oh, his sister lies his wife, bro.
That's my
Oh,
wife.
good, younger sister.
Okay. Nicholas says confirm Hantu. And Titus agrees with ET that it was different. Okay. Anything else? No. Sorry, Sham. Do you have any opinions on the smoke itself?
The first, I mean, when we were on the ground floor, there was a lot of smoke, but yeah, the smoke was very thin compared to what we saw upstairs. That looked like the incense was very close to the camera if it was burnt. So concentrations were totally different.
Hey, do you mind playing the video of the ectoplasm again?
Okay, so because
To me,
the
of all this, the most compelling.
okay, because the video is very small, right? So what I did was I just screenshot and I enlarged the photo. So if you look at your screen right now, that's a full. That's how it looks like. I took two shots, right? So one is this as it moves away, one is that.
Are you talking about the earlier big plume of smoke?
Yeah.
The earlier one, as in the one that was
yeah,
on the
just the
second
earlier
floor.
one.
Okay, so
earlier one.
I do a click and unclick, so you get a GIF like, right? So it moved. That was what it is. So to me, it looks like an apparition.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it does. Those older photos that I've seen, when it goes past the camera, it looks like that.
Okay, generally it's definitely not an insect and stuff like that. It's definitely smoke. But whatever it is, we don't know lah.
That night was fairly insectless. Like I didn't get any mosquito bites, surprisingly.
Insects don't look like that. Insects
Yeah.
appear like that only in still photos, not so much in videos, unless it's the aperture is not open for a bit longer. So it's a bit different.
Does it look like a dress walking past the screen? I mean, I'm sorry, but does it look like a dress, like a veil, some thin material, somebody's clothes walking past the camera?
I don't know what you've been watching, Tim.
That one is your Paranormal already lah.
Look, Sham agrees. He's
Yeah, I
not,
agree,
he's like,
Except 3 guys up there, you don't have that material lying around.
Do we know? I mean, did you ask whether or not that the spirit that you were communicating with was a female or male?
I think he did. I think they did. I can't remember. I think he did.
The pendulum.
Okay.
I think it was female, right? I recall.
I think so,
Belinda
that
was agreeing
sounds
also. It
female.
says female.
Okay. Okay.
Did
Kyung
ask.
also asked, what about the direction of the wind flow?
There was
I
barely
suppose
any
that
wind
is-
that night.
But that would be very interesting, right? If
Yeah.
you had brought some sort of a wind, what do you call it?
No, I mean,
forget
that,
what
but
it's
that
called.
night was really windless.
Yeah.
It-
What I'm saying
yeah.
is, if you had a
That'd be
windsock
interesting.
of some sort, and
Wind vane?
the sock was pointing in one direction,
Wind vane,
and the
wind
smoke
vane.
was moving in the opposite direction, that would have been creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. But no paranormal investigator brings a wind vane for investigation, bro.
Now,
Maybe
well,
now we
cool.
need.
I'll wear a hat with like
It's
a
not
wind
not
vane at the
cool
top.
enough. Not cool enough.
Okay, Sham, you
Must
wear a
have
hat with
the-
a wind vane on top.
Usually the wind vane's a cock, right, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, put a cock on my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Exactly.
with the cock on your head, bro, maybe your directions may.
Put a
You know,
dildo there. And then actually we are not that one.
You would be the first paranormal investigator to carry a wind vane, right? Just like until recently, no decent paranormal investigator carried a EMF meter, only the K2
Yeah.
meters.
sorry, I didn't hear that.
You know what? You didn't tekan the ghost, because the ghost really tries so hard to put out the energy. Then you're like, no, I need to be more accurate. You gotta come even closer, exert even more energy.
Yeah. This
Poor
not good
ghost,
enough.
Yeah, not good enough.
Yeah,
Poor
harder,
ghost.
like the personal trainer, harder.
Harder, more energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
That's it.
let's ask this question, lah. Okay, for based on everything that we have seen from the investigation, and once again, this is why I keep asking you about feelings, right? Because obviously you were there, you can sense the vibe and all that. You've already said before that you didn't feel that anything was out to get you, no malicious spirit. You feel like they were a bit agitated, irritated by the end of the night because you kept trying to chocho them and they wanted to be left alone. But I mean, your overall sense, do you feel there was a presence? I don't want to base this on what people have told you, what
Yeah.
Belinda said, what Candy said, and all that. Just you being there, did you feel that you were
Oh,
surrounded by a presence?
Yes, I definitely feel we were surrounded by a presence, more than one. Where Belinda and I do not agree on is she felt there were more than 10. I felt there were less than 10, but still enough for me to feel a crowd around. And I think Eugene Lim on the comment section also pointed out that we said we were going to leave, and then Sham went up. So perhaps that's why they were irritated. But for what I felt, and this was corroborated with Belinda as well, as they were annoyed with Sham. So perhaps they were trying to reach
So
out
sorry,
to
wait.
Sham.
You say you were gonna leave and then Sham went up. When
I went back
Why
up with
would
the
you-
dowsing rods.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you do feel that there were spirits there that night, Sham?
Me? I've been told multiple times that I'm very well protected, that I will never see an entity. There have been times, even back then when Old Changi Hospital used to be open. I've been there many, many times. And friends have told me, you do know that there are entities following you and trying to get your attention. And I'm just like, where? Like,
See?
really? Oh, really? Yeah. You know?
It's like it works the same way, right? Does it work the same way with chicks as well? You just ignore them, you're blasé about them, and then they follow you everywhere. Is that how you scored Alex? You just ignored her?
But I mean, yeah, the day where I actually encounter something, maybe that'll be the day. But until then, I've been told they're around. I've never felt anything.
Okay, so nothing to do with the investigation already. Now this is personal. Get to know Sham a little bit more. If you have never experienced, meaning like you've never seen, despite the fact that your friends, people around you, have have told you multiple times that there are spirits around you, why are you still a believer?
Because I saw one in the shower. I had a shower with one.
Yeah, but you didn't see, right? You experienced something like
Yeah, the
like-
shower was a push shower, and the one next to mine in an open shower turned on.
Yeah.
at
But
2
what I'm
in the
saying
morning,
is you've
right?
never actually seen.
No. Well, okay, there
physical
was
apparition.
the incident with ET that I stuck my hand in the wardrobe and I got goosebumps.
Hey, but you have not seen an
better
apparition.
clarify
lah.
first. I think
We
what
were looking at a
you wanna-
haunted apartment.
Yeah, please.
We were
yes, thank you.
investigating a haunted
Background.
apartment, and we
He was
both
with
got
ET, he put his hand in and got goosebumps. Yes, you have to explain.
it
Put your
to
hand in
ET's
what?
closet like
cupboard.
that. Walao,
Yeah,
what was that?
we placed our arms in a cupboard and we got
Oh, you
goosebumps.
did. I didn't. I was holding the meters, bro.
Okay, so I was just like, whoa, what's going on?
And ET's like, get your hand out of there right now. At least buy me dinner first. Okay. All right.
No, yeah. I guess eventually when I see something or I don't know, hopefully not get scratched, but who knows?
Well, the only way we can find out is if we do more of these.
Well, Derek is asking us to do it during 7th month.
Okay, game.
Okay.
At this point, Eugene is like, I'm glad your game you own self do by yourself. It's like the Baba Bros will all be at home.
I
in front
create
of our
the
monitors,
three
yeah.
panel, okay? We'll have a
And
Only,
then by
only Pranakans can stay at home.
yeah.
okay, all right.
Yep.
So if
Wait,
there
wait,
is,
I have one last thing to say. If you
okay,
guys
sure.
remember at the end of the stream, I can't remember what it was, but I remember vaguely that I actually said that although I was at home, I
Oh
felt,
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's a spirit, but I felt there were some sort of negative energy. I agree with Day. It's not more than 10. It's probably just one lah. I would think, or two. I don't think it's a lot, but I do sense that there was something not right that day.
Wait, sorry. There were
I
one
said
or
energy,
two. What?
energy. I
No,
felt
no,
some some sort of.
You cannot just
negative
say
energy.
numbers. I need to know the what. The what. Energy is a vague term.
Yeah. So
One or two what?
generally it wasn't the EMF. I
So
felt because
it
we couldn't
was-
detect any EMF that evening, so it was some sort of negative energy lah that day. I
That
felt.
manifests in what form?
What form? Okay, we will never know what form it is, right?
Spirit.
But generally, it was something that
What?
we don't usually get during investigations. It's one of those
Oh
rare
my
times.
god! At this point, he's gonna go. It was a phenomenon.
It was a
Wow,
Pokemon.
I haven't heard that word for a long time, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just felt that the day, the investigation went perfect. I just felt that evening was perfect lah,
Okay,
because
so you do feel there was some sort of supernatural.
something not
presence.
right. Yeah, out the ordinary. We
Okay.
don't know why it is.
He won't even
I-
say the word supernatural.
He
Oh,
won't
because
use
you
presence lah.
okay, can
But he would say
okay.
one or two.
Okay, let me qualify. It wasn't a poltergeist because there was nothing that was physically moving, right? We don't know if it's a residual haunting, but all I can say that there was something that was not right. It definitely did cause some spike to me or disturbance to some of our equipment. So yes, I think negative energy was present that evening.
I think, folks, that's really the best that we're going to get out of him. Huh? Yeah, we just got to accept it. Okay? Yeah? All right. Okay, final
At least
words.
I did. At least I didn't say it was the EMF, right? See how little drinks we had this evening.
Okay, final words,
Yeah.
Eugene Tay.
Um, I think I really enjoyed what we had that night. I think right after the investigation, I was like, wow, I'm a hot live sticky. I don't do anymore. But now that after we had so much fun and going through this,
No, Tay, do you remember? Actually, he wanted to end the thing. Then I say, no, we haven't do the dowsing rod or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Then they cannot redo the thing.
bloody hell. Yeah, downstairs I put the door. Alamak, I'll go back already.
That one you blame a few of them. They were like, no. We want to see it happening. So I'm going to tell you. This Esther Teo, next round it will be Timothy and E.T.'s turn. Timothy.
Ooh.
Wow.
Macam you my mom and then I'm in trouble. You call me by my full name.
Timothy.
Hey, at least you never say your whole name, though.
Timothy O. Xian Liang. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. We would like to encourage you if you suddenly sleep on this and you're like, oh, suddenly you thought of something. Drop a message to Supernatural Confessions or to Radio Paranormal Singapore, and we'll try and respond to you. And if you have any other suggestions on what to bring, what we can try next time, how we can make sure Sham does not get lost on his way to the point of investigation, please give us your tips as well.
We're gonna get hit with the wing cock, okay, or for his cat.
The cock. He needs the cock on his head.
If
Sorry.
you have a Lazada or AliExpress link to where we can get one of those wind vanes, please send it to us as well.
Sham, you better wear it.
I swear at this point we're just gonna make somebody make one for him now.
No, you know what? He can 3D print the damn thing.
Okay, go do it.
Yes, I could
Okay.
do that quite
We're
easily.
gonna do that.
Oh, you mean them cock. Someone mentioned Highland Tower. Are we going to Highland Tower? Where are we gonna? Hey guys, let us know where we should go next. Then if it's possible.
Notice he's more open. Last night, the last one towards the end. No. This is the last one. I'm not doing anymore.
No,
as far as I'm concerned, we're done.
I might
That
be-
means enough. he cannot work nicely over the last few days, right?
I think because now I'm in the aircon room. Now I see it's fun, but when I go down to the ground, I'll be like, fuck, what did I just do this again?
Okay.
But I will say that I'm comfortable walking around in the dark. But that night, walking and listening to the stream with you guys tell ghost stories, that's the next level.
Oh yeah.
That was
Okay.
Oh yeah, we forgot they could listen to us.
exactly. That's really next level, you know.
Some people mentioned Sembawang. Some people mentioned Wampo, Bukit Brown, Bedok Reservoir. ET, this your place.
Best, Bedok Reservoir.
Tengah. Okay.
Yishun.
They got Xiao Lang a lot.
Yishun?
Yishun a bit dangerous, lah.
That's what the hantu is.
No, these actual people, Yishun dwellers.
Okay, maybe Wak Hassan. We'll go Wak Hassan. That one quite fun.
As long as there's a signal and you got because you're gonna have to be streaming back, right? So you go all the way there, you walk around, and
No, that one
nothing is
confirmed.
being streamed back.
Oh,
Someone
no.
said Serangoon Shopping Centre. The restaurant there nice lah.
You talk about the
That's all I
Teochew
know.
one, is it?
Upper
Yeah.
Serangoon Shopping Centre.
That's where I hung out
remember.
most of my secondary
Got
school.
the old
days.
lady at the lift. That one very scary.
What?
Did they leave?
Boy, you want massage?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Really?
I remember that.
Sorry,
I
I
just
need to
been out
check
like
on
2
it.
weeks
She
ago.
always used to be around there. I
Yeah,
don't know if
she's still there. I think it's the same lady.
Really?
Yeah, every
Think
time
you
you
went there
you're waiting for the
recently?
lift.
Yeah, I went to the Teochew restaurant.
Yeah, it's nice. The
Downstairs,
food's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, guys, before we do our wrap up?
No, that's all. That's
No?
all.
Okay. Then
So I don't know. Tay, do you want to like ask them how they're gonna vote? Where?
I just realized
or-
Sembawang is not a good place because Wak Hassan there we will get Malaysia line, so I don't have connection there. It's a terrible place. Bedok Reservoir can, I suppose, but it's a big reservoir. There are certain places that we can hang out. Maybe Sham can take one side, I can take the other side. But if anything happen to Sham, there's no way I can run across. Probably be
It's
like,
okay lah, nearby. This one easier for me to cycle than Pasir Ris. Do the Actually,
Okay.
nearer for team to cycle over. Also.
Okay, I think we'll do Bedok Reservoir. There's a lot of requests for Bedok Reservoir. Let's try.
Okay. Close enough to Alvin as well. Alvin can also cycle down.
And
right?
got McDonald's nearby. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So you can leave your ghost at the McDonald's.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So till our next episode, we are RPS, Radio Paranormal Singapore, and Supernatural Confessions. The next time we see you again, my name is Timo, asking, is it the Hantu?
Well, my name is Eugene Tay, telling you it must be the Hantu.
Sham,
Sham here. Should be lah. Maybe. Probably.
should be the Hantu.
I can't see them. I can't see the hantu.
I can see the Hantu.
And E.T.
It must always be the EMF.
All right.
All right. We'll catch you next time. Good night, guys.
I realize I don't have the paranormal outro.
Then you just dance.
Then you just start singing, bro. Start
Just-
singing.
just
hum,
dance.
hum something.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol. So finish your whiskey, your beer. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.
What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.